Hi. So yeah, I recorded it last week on Thursday, but I posted it on Friday, and today I'm recording it on Friday because yesterday was kind of a busy day, so I didn't have time to do it, but I'm doing it today. So I've been doing well. My achievement of the week is that I've been keeping my kitchen sink pretty much clean and empty this last week, which is great. I always think that like my house and the mess and like my kitchen sink always full of dishes. I seem to never be able to like finish washing everything. So I feel that kind of reflects my state of mind. And this week I've been able to wash the dishes almost every day. And it's funny because like I want to get something and I don't have to wash it. It's put away in the cabinet. That is really nice. That is great. That is awesome. I'm very happy, and that kind of opens the space for me to go to other parts of the house as the week goes by. I've been building the habit of doing washing dishes and doing like housework during lunch. Do you hear this? It's like a saw. It's impossible. There's like three construction sites around my house right now. I mean, okay, let's keep going. So yeah, I wanted to record some things on my camera. I'm going to show you my camera. This is my camera that I bought in 2011 when I was in my exchange program. It was like one of the first things that I bought. I think on the first day I was there, I went out during lunchtime because we had a training in New York City, and we were staging at the New Yorker hotel that was very fancy, and like I wouldn't ever have money to be there, but I was there for like a week, and all of the au pairs were together to have training before we go to the families that we were assigned to. And there was a, what is the name? BH? Let me see. BH. It's not BH. It's like a tech store. I forgot the name, but it's like, it was a very like popular store, but I forgot the name. Anyways, I went there and I bought this camera. And back in 2011, it was very modern. It was very current. And it's interesting because this camera is a Samsung camera. The model is PL120. And my oldest device that I ever bought is my MP3 player that is also by Samsung. And I bought this with my first salary as a teacher when I was like 20 years old. And it still works to this day. It's really great. Like, it still works. It's nice because it can work. It's like one giga. But like, it still works like as a music player. It works well also as a flash drive. It still turns on. Let me turn it on. I wasn't going to talk about it, but I love this. I mean, this is probably my favorite device ever. And I have bought many other devices later, you know, cell phones and computers. But like this to me, and the fact that they still are like working really well, makes me very happy. So Samsung, you can sponsor me if you want, because I have like, I bought this when I was 20. You know, I am 36 right now. So it's like 16 years and it still works really well. Sometimes it has trouble charging, but like usually if I have a bit of patience, it charges and turns on again. And my camera also still works perfectly. It's not the best camera, but I think that's good because there's that vintage feel. And I mean, that is, now that the 2000s are like a time, an older time, it's nice. It has this front LCD with which at the time was very, very like very modern, very state of the art, very different, because you can take like selfies before they were even called selfies, and know like what's going on. So it's a front LCD that shows you, so as you can see now. And I decided to talk about it because I was saving a video that was there, and I usually put the memory card in my phone and import all of the pictures, but there was a video that was not like my cell phone couldn't process it, so I had to use this adapter to insert like you know, in the olden days, like insert it in my computer and then save the video from the, so it's like the mother and the child, so you insert it here, and you know, so I had to use it. And when I opened the video, it worked well in my computer, and when I looked at the details of the file, it's an AVI file. It's not an MP4 video, it's an AVI video, which blew my mind. I was like, that's why my phone can't play the video, because it's a very old format. And if you lived the early 2000s, 2010s, and you were, you know, dealing with videos, I'm not going to go into much detail, but if you know, you know, before these streamings existed, our generation, millennials, we became very, very good with videos. And so that's why my phone can't process it. But now I have saved it, and now I'm going to put it back in my phone. And I have some pictures in the camera that I have to like attach the camera to the computer. And isn't that interesting? Like those, I don't know if you saw those TikToks of millennials talking about like old internet. I think we talked about it in the past video, right? Old internet. And this is like old stuff, because you have to have like a cable and then adapter in order to get the pictures. And it's an AVI file, and I wanted to release space in my camera because I wanted to record some videos here. But now I'm wondering how it's gonna be to like process these videos and edit to the vlog, because it's an old format, and I don't know how well that is going to work, or I'll have to research like maybe transforming the AVI file into an MP4 file. And because they are AVI, they are also very heavy. I'm just connecting the camera to the computer. So AVI files, they are also very heavy, very heavy. So there's that as well. But yeah, old internet, old people stuff. Next thing, the general theme of this week was about lowering the bar. Like, so I used to, I'm sorry about the thing. So I've been reflecting a lot lately, not only this past week, but for a good while now, some months maybe, about how I have very high standards for myself. And it's not even like when it comes to work, like I have to be a good worker or a good daughter or a good like housekeeper or anything like that, a good homemaker. But I've been deconstructing a lot of ideas of what is like the standard that I have to hold myself to when it comes to doing things like generally in life. So I'll give some examples. For instance, morning routine. So for like I always had trouble waking up in the morning. I really like to sleep, but also I am the type of person who charges as the day goes by. So in the morning I'm very slow, but as the day progresses I start getting more energetic. So I don't really have trouble sleeping at night, but my most productive hours are like the end of the afternoon and night. So it's 10 and my mind is like working, and so that was hard because the world works from 9 to 5, and it's not really an option for me to not work during those times. I'm adjusting it. Okay. During those times, like I have to work during the hours that everyone works at. But I always had trouble with mornings, and it felt like I always woke up with this elephant on my chest, like sitting on me, like you failed. You started the day already failing because you were not able to wake up at like 5 or 6 in the morning and be productive like everyone else, because everyone else does it. And first of all, that's a lie. Not everybody's doing it. Some people do it, but these 5 a.m. routines, they have a lot to do with privilege and not a lot to do with really being productive or contributing to society. Also, why? And then I saw this video of this minimalist, and she was talking about things she removed from her life to make it simpler. And she was like, I removed the having a morning routine. And I was like, can you do that? Is that allowed? Can I do it? And then that very day, I changed all of my alarms and I deleted some alarms to like reasonable times. Like I can't wake up, late, because I have to take my medicine early in the morning, at the latest at 7 in the morning. So there's that. But I changed my alarms to like 6:30, 7. Right now I have one. I like to like linger in the bed before I have to get up. So I have now a 6:30, a 6:45, and then a 7 a.m. alarm. And the 7 a.m. alarm is also set on my Alexa that is in the kitchen. So I have to get up and go turn Alexa off. And then she tells me good morning. So, I lowered the bar. And that was a good thing because the bar was like too high. I couldn't get there. It wasn't achievable for me. It wasn't something that was good for me. and it's against the way that my body functions, my body works. And other things like, oh, I have to like walk 3 times a week, for example, walk for like half an hour at least. So I stopped counting walking just being like, you know, a walk around the park where everybody goes for like exercise walks. So if I go to the supermarket, to the grocery store, if I go anywhere by foot, my city is a very like walkable city, and the region where I live, like everything's very close. So I can do most things walking. So even though I have had a car for the past year, if I can do something by foot, I'm going to do it by foot, not by car, and that makes a lot of difference. So I lowered the bar, like I'm not using like gym clothes and going to a walk, but I have walked 30 minutes and sometimes even more. Like when I go to the doctor, it's like about 4 kilometers away, so I walk a lot. And I'm not like formally doing exercise, but I am exercising, I am moving my body. So got it, like lowering the bar, changing these standards that are not helping me, but they become challenges and they make easy things difficult. And that is like, that requires self-reflection, and you know, but it's been a good change, and I'm trying to apply it to everything that I can in my life, and lowering the bar from ideal to realistic and achievable. And that is so good. Like the elephant is out of my chest, and I wake up in the morning like, okay, I'm fine. This is great. I been, you know, keeping my sink clean, because I have 1 hour for lunch every day, so I decided like half an hour to be like a potato, and then half an hour to do something for the house, so usually washing dishes. And that has been working, because I do only like half an hour during lunchtime, and then I'll do a little bit also in the early evening. But that has been good, because my sink has been clean, and it's like half an hour. And I usually would say no, but you can just like wash the dishes, you have to do this, you have to do that. But you know, I've been doing what is realistic and has been working, and even to the point, which is like my goal, even to the point that some days I'll just have like 5 minutes worth of dishes, and then I'll be able to like, I had a day like that this past week, and then I have time to like clean the floors, or clean like the whole counter, because I have to clean, you know, the cooktop and everything that is around the sink. I can organize like some part of my house that is disorganized, and it's only half an hour, yes, but it's better than 0 hours, right? And the next thing I want to apply it to is my hair. So I don't know why, like I talked about this lowering the bar thing yesterday to my therapist, and today I was thinking like every day, oh, I have to wash my hair. And I have this weird concept that like washing my hair is for something special, and that I'm going to be clean and I can do nothing after washing my hair, which is like nonsense. It makes no sense. So I want to start like washing my hair whenever, you know, when I feel like it's not it's best anymore, I'm going to wash it, because some weeks I end up washing my hair only like 2 times, and I have to wash it at least 3 times a week. I mean, some weeks I only wash it once, like on Saturdays. That are days when I, go out to church and all. But usually if it's a week where I'm staying mostly at home, I end up having this problem, like I wash my hair like once a week. So I'm going to lower the bar for like washing my hair. It's not a matter of only get dressed up to go out, but also take care of it, because I love my hair. And maybe that's part of me losing like this love that I had for my hair, like this dedication I had to my hair. So maybe that will help me regain it. I remembered something else I wanted to talk about, but I forgot about it. I forgot what it was. Anyway, that's it. So thinking about this changing standards, I've been working on finishing unfinished dramas. So like lately I finished Queen of Tears, for instance, but I have a lot of unfinished K-dramas, and I usually stop watching by episodes like 11, 12, when things start getting difficult. And it was very difficult to me to watch like the characters suffer, because I felt like I'm going to feel sad, I'm going to be sad, and I don't want to be sad. I was avoiding feelings. So for the past year, I think even more, maybe, there's some dramas that I was so attached to the characters, like Extraordinary Attorney Woo. I never finished it. I stopped, I think, at episode 10 or 11. And I loved it, but I didn't finish it, because I don't want to see my cute Woo Young-woo suffering. And that is, so I've been finished dramas. So I finished Queen of Tears, which was a very difficult ending, right? It was difficult, but I did it. And now I'm finishing Dr. Slump. That I also, I loved this drama. It deals with mental health, and they're both doctors, and they had challenges, like difficult situations in their career, and they had to like quit their career for a while, and they start taking care of their mental health, because there's the depression for the protagonist. I forgot her name. Park Shin-ye. I remembered. So Park Shin-ye is a doctor with depression, and Park Hyung-sik, he has PTSD because he had a surgery where things went really bad. And I was kind of scared at the beginning when I first started the drama, because I only watched one other drama with Park Shin-ye, that was Memories of the Alhambra, which is a great drama, but it has this really wrong thing that I love watching romance on TV. I love when there's like couples and they're falling in love. I love that. But to me, it's unforgivable when you do like bad romance. Oh my god, the song started playing in my head. But no, when the romance is bad, I find that unforgivable. I prefer to watch something with no romance whatsoever than watch a bad romance. And Memories of the Alhambra is a great drama. It has a great, really interesting plot. It's like the acting in general is good. It's Hyun Bin, the protagonist, and I watched it because of that, because it was at like the very beginning when I first started watching K-dramas. But I feel like it's not Park Shin-ye is not really the problem. To me, her character was not written to be like good enough, and she didn't have much to do with that character, and the romance is bad, like it's totally useless. I would rather not have it. I would rather just have her working with him to solve the situation. I can talk about this drama another day. It's a really good drama. So, and there's also this thing on Dramaland about Park Shin-ye not being like, the kisses are always kind of ugly, and like I was like, oh my god, what is it going to be? But I feel that maybe the characters that she had, like her most famous characters, like in Boys Over Flowers or Heirs, I don't remember if she did Boys Over, I don't think she did Boys Over Flowers, I think she did Inheritors. Let me check. No, she didn't do the Korean version of Boys Over Flowers. No, this was not her. Inheritors. Like, it's really, you know, it's not that good. And they are not very good dramas. So, I feel like I've been told that the movie Alive with Her is good. So, it's on my list. But, so I was kind of scared when I saw that she was the protagonist in this drama, but Park Shin-ye is great. She was given a great character and she delivered, and the kisses were good. And Park Hyung-sik, I mean, he's one of my favorite actors. I've watched a lot of dramas with him. I think he's a great actor. I think he's very good with like the comedy, the physical comedy, and I really love his character, and the chemistry between the two is really good. Also, the chemistry between the whole cast, because there's like her family, and by the way, her mother is played by the actress who plays the poor mother in Parasite. She's a great actress. So the whole chemistry of that, you know, the family and him, because he's living like on the rooftop of their house, and their whole chemistry between the family and him is really, really good. And all of the plot points are great, are very interesting, and very like very nuanced, which I really like. Like it not only shows the protagonist suffering with like the mental health issues, but also how the family deals with it, how each member of the family views it and responds to it in their friends. The friends are also great, and the friends are like a secondary couple. I mean, I love them. So it's a great drama, and I had stopped at episode 9, and I am now on episode 12. There's a car accident, like there's always a car accident. I mean, you know, what can you do? I'm just writing down something else I remembered. I don't know. So I'm on episode 12. I'm close to finishing it, and it's a drama that I think is really worth watching. It's great couple, great acting. Park Shin-ye is great, and it was the first K-drama after she got married and had a child. So I'm very glad to see her back at work and doing so good at that. I think it's really great, and it really made me like her, like actually like her, and want to watch more things with her. On that topic of unfinished dramas, I have finished another drama last month that is Welcome to Samdalri. And I really liked it. It was not like my favorite, but I really like it. I think the acting also is great. The story is interesting. I really like the French group and the mothers. No, wait, I really liked it. This drama has like the greatest mother in Dramaland, in my opinion. she, that actress, like, she's everything. I have to look at my drama list. This Google result is really horrible. Okay, now, yes! Kim Mi-kyung. She's the greatest mother in Dramaland. If you see her in a drama, you know it's going to be good. She's awesome. I think this actress, like, she's one of the best. She's the best of the best. I could do a whole video talking only about her. And she has such, like, a complex construction of, you know, the feelings and the struggles of her character. She's great. So she plays the mother of the protagonist, that is Shin Hye-sun. And Shin Hye-sun is also an amazing actress. And the male protagonist is Ji Chang-wook. I didn't watch any dramas with him before. I had kind of this, you know, weird feeling because he did a drama that was kind of, I don't know, it was, I didn't watch it, but it was disrespectful. It had, like, blackface in it. The drama is called Backstreet Rookie. So I was kind of, you know, but I liked him, not as much because of, like, you know, that weird feeling that left me, but, you know, he's good. He's good, and I think the rapport between him and Shin Hye-sun was really good. The chemistry between the couple is really good. So her and Shin Hye-sun and her two sisters and her niece, they go back home to Jeju Island where they grew up, because they all had, like, difficult situations and they had to start over. So they go back to living in the parents' house in Jeju, which is like an island in South Korea. It's very famous for, like, the beaches and you know, it's a very beautiful, it's not like a famous holiday spot. So yeah, that drama is really good. I finished it, and I'm very happy that I finished it, because I think the story is very interesting, and I love the relationship between the family. Great female characters, very strong female characters, and I love the circle of friends. I love the whole what is the name? Wait. Divers, Korean divers, what are they? Haenyeo. So Haenyeo are female divers in South Korea. I don't know if North Korea as well. Anyway, so Haenyeos, they dive to harvest, like, mollusks, you know, seaweed, stuff like that. That is, like, you know, so they do that, and it's like a long time profession for women there. And her mother is a Haenyeo, and there's, like, a whole gang of Haenyeos, and they have these little cars. It's not a car, it's like, you know, that thing that is like a motorcycle. It's not a motorcycle, but it's not a car, it's like this little, like, tractor. So, and when they have to, like, defend someone, there's this whole gang of women, like, riding these things. They are awesome. Oh my god, they're so great. I loved, yes, no, I didn't just like this drama. Now that I'm remembering the details, I love this drama. It's a really good one. Really good. So, very good female characters, which is something that I like. And I really recommend this drama. Very light-hearted. It's kind of similar in a way to Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha, because of the, you know, it's set at you know, the beach, and the characters kind of bickering. That is a great drama. And there's like families and like complex relationships. It's not centered only on the couple, which is not a problem in general, like if the couple is good. But I really like when dramas like Welcome to Samdalri, like Dr. Slump, Queen of Tears does that, Crash Landing on You. There are complex relationships, and it doesn't center around the couple all the time. Like, and you start looking forward to all of these other things that are happening. I'm also up to date with The Atypical Family. That is another good example of a drama that doesn't center only around the couple. And I'm following it on Netflix. And here in Brazil, like, for some reason they hate us. Netflix hates us. Because it's already finished. But here we are on episode 6. This on Sunday we'll have episode 7 and 8. So there's that. I'm really liking it. Maybe because I really, really like the protagonists, but also I am loving the dynamic duo, the sisters, the protagonist sisters, because they kind of hate each other, but they kind of are in a similar place, I think, in life. And they end up kind of supporting each other. They are starting this unlikely friendship, but you know, it's not yet like a friendship. It's kind of this convenience, like they are realizing they need each other somehow. It's really good, really good. And also, of course, my girl Ina, the protagonist's daughter. Don't mess with her. Don't mess with my girl. And there's like, because she's in school, of course, there's this bullying plot, and it's so hard for me to see her suffer. I love that girl. I think she's perfect, and the actress is really good. The whole like school part is really, really nice, really well done with the kids, but also the adults. Yeah, and it's kind of surprising, like the ending of episode 6 took a turn that I was not expecting. So I'm very curious to see how things are going to go on, because she's a little spoiler, like, even though she was like a con artist and was trying to scam the family, their powers started working again. Remember, I talked about it last week. So it's this family that has superpowers, but they have modern day health issues that affect their powers. They can't do it anymore. So the mother, she sees the future when she dreams, but she has insomnia. And the son, that is the protagonist, he has depression, and he was able to travel to happy moments in his life in the past, but because he has depression, he doesn't really think there's any happy moments, so he can't come back. And the daughter was able to fly, but she has obesity, which I talked about last week. It's kind of, it's problematic, but it's, you know, South Korea and fat people, they are weird about it. They are not ready for that conversation. So I kind of, you know, but I talked more about it in the last week's vlog. So after she arrived, she came into their lives. Their powers started kind of coming back, working again, and so of course there's a connection there, and the way they're developing it is very interesting, and there was a great cliffhanger at the ending of episode 6. I'm looking forward to episode 7 and 8. Like I told you, I could like binge watch the drama. Yes, I could, but like I said last week as well, I am trying to do one thing at a time and patient and let things, you know, take their place at the right time. So I'm just watching as Netflix releases 2 episodes every week. I'm following the rhythm, and that's perfect. I have no problem with that. I still binge watching Psych. I'm on the middle of season 4. I recommended it to my friend, and she's like already on the last season. And I'm like, I can't keep up. How can I keep up? Like, she's watching it really fast, and she loved it. And I'm very happy because I love when people like things that I recommend. And what is interesting about this show, like, I started watching it back when it was released because it was in a TV channel here in Brazil, and I started watching it there, and then I think there were like DVDs in my sister's university that you could borrow from the library. We watched many shows that format, and I think Psych was there as well. And then for a while it was on Prime Video more recently, but maybe like 2 or 3 years ago it was taken out of Prime Video and it didn't come back. So I never watched the last season. I think I was almost finishing the seventh season, and then Prime Video took it out, and I was just, you know, life happened, and I didn't end up finding other ways to watch. So now that it is on Netflix, I started it over from the beginning because it's been many years. So I can finally watch the last season. And there's also movies. I think there's 2 movies, and they are filming a 3rd movie. And like, you know, they delivered way more than, you know, Community when it comes to that, like 8 seasons and 2 movies. So I think it's great. It's a great universe. Like, Psych is, you know, it's a great universe. It's a great, yes. I started an anime. I've been feeling like I wanted to try watching more like anime because I feel it's something I like. So I watched some Studio Ghibli movies. I don't know if that counts as anime. Let me know, because I don't really know much about this world. And then I had started one that was called My Happy Marriage, but the episodes were coming out on Netflix. It was very messy, so I kind of stopped it. I have to get back to it. And I started Spy vs. Family. It's so good. I always heard about this, like people commenting about it, and it's really good. I really like it. Anya obviously is the protagonist. And I'm on episode, I think, 8, because episodes are short. I think I'm on episode 8 or 9. It's really good. This past week I also finished the 1st season and started the 2nd season of The Chosen, which is kind of unexpected for me. I mean, if you're a Christian, you probably know that, like, biblical stuff is always kind of hard. I think the only one that is, like, more unanimous, I guess, is, like, the Prince of Egypt. That is really good and fairly, like, faithful, you know, to the original text. It's very well done. So when people talked about The Chosen, I was always like, oh, but it's like, I don't know, it's like Bible adaptations. I mean, I always feel like they're kind of off. So The Chosen, it's about, like, Jesus' life, and it's in its 4th season now. It was recently released. And I think the first 3 seasons are on Netflix. I don't know if they're going to release the 4th as well. And unexpectedly, I started, and I started it because a friend of mine had started it, and she has already watched everything, and that was kind of, you know, because I watch a lot of things, so I kind of go on a slower pace because I really choose I choose things to watch based on like feeling. I don't have that. No, now I'm going to no. I'm going to finish it. Like I'm doing it, but because I'm choosing the dramas that I'm finishing based on feeling as well. So, you know, on vibes. So the chosen really surprised me because, of course, they add a lot of details that are not in the Bible. There are like context clues, but in general, we don't know much in depth about the characters. And in order to make this story, you know, very detailed, you have to add some things, but I feel like they were very well researched and according to the times and according to what we can learn about each character from the Bible, and it's really good. I'm really liking it. It's very thoughtful. It's very sensible and very touching. I think it really depicts like how I imagine Jesus was, and I've kind of cried sometimes because it's really beautiful to see Jesus's love and how he approached everyone. I'm even getting like teary-eyed right now, which talking about it, because it's the way they depict it's very beautiful. I'm really enjoying it. It's a great drama. A great drama. It's a drama, not an Asian drama, you know, but it's a drama. It's a great series, and I am really glad that I started it. So, yeah, I really recommend it. If you, whether you are a Christian or not, if you are interested in Jesus' life and what he's done, I think it's really great way to get to know about him. And as a Christian who has like read I am always like studying the Bible, I think it was the approach they took was very respectful, very careful, but also very, you know, what is the word? Very like beautiful, very well done, very loving. So yeah, that's a great show. I really like it. I'm on episode 3 of the second season. The seasons are short, so I'll keep watching it, you know, for. And it's funny, right? Because I had like stopped watching it for months, and then in one day I watched maybe 5 or 6 episodes in a row, and the episodes are long. So yeah, I'm listening to a podcast about Brazilians, the dictatorship that we had here from the 60s to the 80s. So it had like 20 years. I don't remember. Let me see how long it was. It started on 1964. It ended on 1985. It was a military dictatorship, so 21 years. It was a military dictatorship. And the documentary is based on recordings from a journalist. He has recordings from one of the presidents, Ernesto Geisel. So he has recordings of this president talking about the government, talking about what is going on during this whole time, because he was involved from the beginning. He was, I think, the 5th president. I think there were 5 or 6 presidents during this time. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 presidents. He was the second last president. So, but he was involved all the whole time, and also his brother was one of the ministers during most of the regime. I've studied about it in school, but I feel like it was not that deep, and it's very, very detailed, very, very detailed, and it's interesting to see like the point of view of the military in it. Like they knew what was happening, but they cared more about maintaining power. So you know, humanity is like that, right? And there's like never heard before audios from this president, and it's really good. There's a historian also explaining context, and it's like 6 episodes, I guess. But it's a really good one. I'm really liking it. But yeah, 6 episodes. So it's basically like 1 episode for each president period. And I have to listen to the last episode, but at the same time that it's interesting, it's hard to listen to, of course, because it was a very complex time in our history. It was very sad, and yeah, I hope it never happens again. But some things have been happening here. I feel once in a while I think I'm going to stop consuming like news. I don't want to know what's happening because it makes me angry, makes me sad. But at the same time, I can't not follow the news. So there's this, you know, and things are weird shit in Brazil for the past like 6 years or so, or more. I think even more. So I don't know. At the same time, I'm like doing my best to enjoy life as it is now, because you know, the world is bound to change at any point, but all we can do is live for today and do our best today, right? That was kind of sad. Okay, I'm almost finishing. I'm going to talk about this artist that I found on Spotify. His name is Saint, but it's spelled like sxxnt, which I find weird. I'm going to say like a parenthesis, like, you know, I have a weird I find it weird when artists get these names that are like spelled in a way, but they are pronounced like a normal word. I don't get it. Maybe it's like a generational thing. I don't know. But I find that kind of weird. But anyways, his name is Saint, and his work is so good that I overlooked the whole name debacle, because he's really good. So he does these arrangements of songs, like worship songs that you already know. I do listen to his version for Another in the Fire by Hillsong. He has a version of it that is really good. And it's a completely, like, he completely changes the song, but at the same time, it's recognizable. His arrangements are awesome. It's a lo-fi thing, and the instrumentals are really good, and then there's the ambient sounds, and it's great. Last night I was working and I was listening to it, and I was listening to it with my phones, so it was a whole experience. Like, it helped me a lot to focus on work, but also it's really beautiful music. I definitely recommend him. Has a great job, and he has like a classic song, like Christian songs and hymns. I really like classical hymns. Like, I love like old Christian music, and he has a whole album of only hymns. And I have this collection. I have even like a Spotify playlist, and it's good. He's awesome. Great music. Yeah. Also, to finish, I want to talk about BTS because, I mean, this week has been eventful, right? So I was really happy to see Jin out of the army. I love him. I think he's one of the last members that I kind of warmed up to. And I think that he's such a simple person, you know. He has a beautiful heart, and he's so caring and nice, and he has this goofy quality. I love him, and I'm really glad he was out. It's so crazy to think, like, it was December of 2022 when he went. It was a long time. Like, where has time gone? But that is good, because when I think that we still have to wait until next year to see all of the members together. It makes me think, like, how am I going to be 1 year from now, and what I'm doing right now, you know, to make Namjoon proud of me and all that, you know, army pep talk. So it was really nice to see all the members. It was really nice to see Yoongi, even if it was just like the picture, but it was nice to see that he's there, he's alive. And the Festa event, that was really cool to see armies being able to have that moment. And I'm very happy that she's well, that he's good, and I'm very happy that she's back. And I hope he releases some good music soon, because I love The Astronaut. I just love it. And all of his solo songs are kind of ballads, so I really look forward to... I think I'm really going to like his solo work when he releases like a whole album. He has the song on the soundtrack of a drama called Jirisan. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful ballad. So I'm really looking forward to it. In more far-fetched dreams, I would really like to see him being able to act. This week, it was announced that Dahyun from Twice, that she's going to star in a movie with Jin Young. Not the GOT7 Jin Young, the B1A4, is that it? B1A4 member. Which, by the way, B1A4, yeah. So, by the way, the first drama I ever watched, that was my first love, was with Jin Young. So I've always known him. From the beginning, I knew who he was, but I didn't know there was another Jin Young. I was kind of confused at the beginning, but then I figured out, like, there's two Jin Youngs, and that's okay. So Dahyun is doing a movie with Jin Young from B1A4. And I was like, that is great. So when are we going to watch a movie with Jin? Or I think a drama maybe is a too long of commitment, but it would be nice to see him doing something. I would really like it, even if it's like a cameo, because he went to university for acting, right? And that's what she wanted to do at first, which is also very impressive, right? Because he had beauty and acting skills, but he learned how to sing and how to dance for BTS, which I think is very impressive. Like, the members didn't know how to dance at all, or in his case, because like singing is more of like you have to have it in order to develop it. Of course, there's like with technique, anyone can sing like in tune technically, but yeah, it's very impressive. I think Jin is very impressive, so I would love that, but I feel like it's more like far-fetched thing. It's not that easy for that to happen, but that's okay, that's fine. Yeah, and then in September, Hobie is coming back, which is great. And it's weird. I'm doing like a lot. I started standing, I guess, BTS in 2021. So it was like May, I think, of 2021. It was when they released Butter. And I was like, oh, that's a nice song. Okay, I'm going to clean my place, and that's like a nice upbeat song. And then I listened to another and another. Anyways, I became a fan. So 2021 was a really weird time, right? Because they had Proof. That was a collection of their best, a compilation of their best songs. Not even of the best, like compilation of relevant songs in their whole career. But when they announced they would stop like the group activities for a while, that 2022 fest, I was like, oh, I just arrived and it's already, what is happening? And everyone was really scared back then, I think, because they were like, are they going to stop working? Are they not? Like, what is happening? And then we started having this overload of solo work. So all of them have released something, but so I have, I feel like I have this different journey because I've been able to like focus on one member at a time and to learn about them, but I never really lived like a real comeback, like with an album and a tour and everything. So I'm really looking forward to 2025, 2026, when I can really live like the whole BTS experience. Because I really like the albums. I really like Wings, Love Yourself, Love of the Soul, and everything really. But I feel like when I watch the videos and everything, I feel like I wanted to have lived that, moment, like the other fans, but I arrived at a time when they were like starting to do something different. But that is good too. That is good as well. And there is, time. So, yeah, I hope in 2025, 2026, I hope they come to Brazil. If they come, just like Taylor Swift, I will try to go to their show, because like I could, we ended up being able to get tickets to go to Taylor Swift, even though that was hard, but we did it. So I'm going to try, and if I get it, I get it. If I don't get it, it's fine. But I really would like to go to a BTS concert, definitely. I think it's another like a big concert that I would commit to, traveling to São Paulo, that is like far from where I live, traveling to São Paulo and doing the whole line, because Taylor Swift was like, the line was very organized, and it went like fairly quick considering the size of the line, but that is tiresome. But I would face that for BTS, I think, again. yeah, I really would like to go to their show. And also, I find that being a fan of BTS and Taylor Swift has a lot of similar things because we are always like well fed, right? They post the group activities, but they are like always together. They're posting stuff on like Instagram and everywhere else, and then you know all the solo work, and there's like surprise songs out of nowhere, like Closer Than This, like Never Let Go. I I love it. We are always well fed as we are with Taylor, right? She's always like giving us everything. So I'm very happy to be their fan. And yeah, okay, we started with like old stuff and finished with being a fangirl of very things that are very like famous right now. I guess being like a millennial has that. Like we started in, the analogic world, and now we are in this digital AI world, and we are going with the times. Yeah. Okay, so that's it. See you next week. Thank you if you were here until the end. Thank you so much. And see you soon next week with another video. Bye bye.